How's everyone doing? I'm back here again for our video, and in this video I'm showing off my entire vinyl record collection. As I said in my plans for my channel 2018 video that I did at the beginning of this year, I want to branch out and start talking about other things on my channel besides just movies all the time. And one of the things I want to start talking about is music and vinyl. Now, I have not been collecting vinyl for a long time. I've only been collecting for a few years, so I don't have a very large collection, but I do have a pretty decent sized collection, and I thought that you guys would enjoy seeing it. Now, my dad, he has a huge vinyl collection because, you know, he was collecting vinyl back when that was how you listen to music, and so he has a very large collection, and I will be doing videos showing off his vinyl collection, and they're going to be multi-part videos because he has a very, very large collection. So yeah, I'll be doing videos of those probably starting next week. But yeah, guys, like I said, I don't have a very large collection. I mostly collect classic rock bands and bands that I enjoy. Like, I have a few vinyls from some of my favorite bands. And, you know, I also have it, like, if my father collected a certain band or liked a certain band, then I'll sometimes pick up an album from them as well, because we both have the same music taste, so whatever he likes, I usually liked as well. And so I do have some vinyl from him, some vinyl from you know, bands that he enjoyed that I also do enjoy. And then I have some vinyl of some bands that I just enjoy. I've got some classic rock records, I've got some heavy metal records, and I also have a few reissues of some classic albums, as well as an album from a new band that actually just came out back in 2016, I want to say is when they got their start. Now, I don't listen to records, mostly because I don't know if my dad, we still have my dad's turntables downstairs, and we just haven't plugged them in yet. And I actually want to do that because I want to see if they work, and I actually do want to start listening to music on vinyl because I've never done that before. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And the first ones I'm going to show off are the new reissues. And then I'll show off the more classic vinyl. So let's just go ahead and get started. Now, the first vinyl I'm going to show off is a 12-inch single, and I showed this off in one of my past Blu-ray and DVD updates. And this is the John Carpenter's Halloween and Escape from New York movie themes. These are the new movie themes that John recorded for his anthology movie themes album for 2017, and they are performed by John Carpenter, his son Cody Carpenter, and Daniel Davis. And this is a FYE exclusive Halloween orange vinyl, and it's limited to only 700 copies, which is very cool. Like I said, it comes with the new re-recording of John Carpenter's Halloween theme, which I really do enjoy. I think he did a really great job. You know, Halloween is one of my favorite movie themes, and I think that he did a really good job recapturing that and adding something different to this this new recording. And then on the B side, it has John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the re-recording, which I have not listened to yet, but I do plan on checking that out eventually. I do also plan on picking up the album Anthology, probably on CD, but I really wanted to pick this up because, well, for one thing, it's a really cool Halloween item, and another thing, it's a limited edition release of 700 on Halloween orange vinyl. I do plan on keeping it sealed. I have seen somebody show off the vinyl, and it's just a plain orange vinyl, which looks pretty cool, but I do plan on keeping this sealed. Okay, put that over there. Alright, and now the next vinyl I'll show is from a new band, and this was one of the bands that I first heard about when I was going to the Carolina Rebellion Music Festival with my cousin. Before we went, we listened to a few bands that I had never heard of, and this was one band that he had heard of and he really enjoyed and he wanted to see live. And it is a band called I Prevail, and this is their debut EP, Heart vs. Mind. And I actually picked this up at the Carolina Rebellion Music Festival. FYE had a tent that had a lot of, you know, CDs and vinyl and stuff like that, so you could pick up, you know, an album from, you know, the different bands that were there. And they had this there for only $20. And this is a limited edition of only 1,000 copies on Oxford red vinyl with black and yellow splatter, which is pretty cool. Once again, I am going to keep this sealed, but I really enjoy this band. I really like this band. This was one of the main bands that I got introduced to. Because I didn't start listening to them, like I said, until a few months before we went to the festival, and I was a huge fan the second I started listening to them. So yeah, I Prevail. It's a really great new metal band. One of the other bands that I listened to for the first time, really enjoyed, was a band called Beartooth, which I absolutely love that band. I do think I'm going to be doing a video talking about my Carolina Rebellion experience. I know it's been almost a year since since I went, but I really want to talk about my experience because it was my first time ever going to a big music festival, and I think that you guys would enjoy, listening to what I, just listening to how my experience was. So I do plan on doing a video like that at some point. Alright, and now I'm going to start showing a few reissues of classic albums, and the first one I'm going to show is the debut album from my all-time favorite band, and that is Guns N' Roses. This is the classic album Appetite for Destruction. This is the Back on Black reissue. And yeah, guys, Guns N' Roses has always been my all-time favorite band. Ever since I was younger, when my dad made me a videotape of all the best drummers in the world, and the first song that's on that tape is Guns N' Roses performing "You Could Be Mine" from the Tokyo Dome shows, which they later released on DVD. And ever since then, that has been my favorite song by them, and probably my favorite song. And then, of course, you had Matt Sorum's drum solo, which was amazing. So Guns N' Roses has always been my favorite band, and this is such a classic album, one of the greatest debut albums of all time. This does have the the band, or the band sleeve of the scene that depicts the woman that had just gotten raped, and and it has the robot monster on it. It does have that on the inside, which I won't show, but yeah, I just love the fact that I own, the debut album of my favorite band on vinyl. Even though it's not an original, I'm still fine with this. I picked this up, I think, back in 2008. I know I got this back when Chinese Democracy had just came out, because I got this at Best Buy, and they had copies of Chinese Democracy there as well on vinyl. So, and now next, this is a live album from one of my favorite bands, and my dad's favorite band as well. And it is Rush. This is Exit Stage Left, and this is another remastered release. And yeah, guys, like I said, I'm a huge Rush fan, and they were my dad's favorite band as well. And this was an album that we used to listen to all the time. My dad had a copy of it on cassette, and we would just listen to it over and over again in his car. And Rush is a big part of my life, and a big part of his as well. And we got a chance to see them twice. We saw them on the Time Machine tour in 2011 when they played their classic album Moving Pictures in its entirety, which was an unbelievable experience. And then we saw them on their last tour, the R40 tour, as well. So I was able to see Rush twice. But yeah, this is such a classic album, one of the greatest live albums of all time. Okay, and now I'm going to show another one of their live albums, and this is these are all original albums. This is some that I showed off in my past Blu-ray update, and it's a Show of Hands, another great live album by Rush. I do have the Rush Replay x3 DVD set that has the video A Show of Hands, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite Rush concert videos, and this is a classic live album as well. So many great songs on this, and like I said, I'm a huge Rush fan, so when I saw this, I knew I had to pick it up. Up next, we got another Rush album, and that is Power Windows, which I think is a really good album. I really enjoy it. It's got some really great songs on it. I love the artwork for this one as well. I got this at the same place that I got A Show of Hands. It's an antique mall, in my town, and yeah, this is just a great album. Got a lot of good songs like the Big Money, Manhattan Project, Marathon, which is one of my favorite songs, Territories, Middletown Dreams. Just a great album. Alright. And now we're gonna move on to some classic heavy metal. I got a few of these albums for free. My dad had a friend, and she had some records that were down in her basement, and she asked my dad if he wanted them, and he gave them to me. And some of these do have water damage, but they're still pretty cool. The first one is Iron Maiden, Live After Death, one of the greatest live albums of all time. Like I said, it does have some water damage, but still very, very cool, classic album. Iron Maiden is one of my favorite classic heavy metal albums, so just to be able to own such a classic live album, and God, I just love the artwork. I love the detail all the way around. Like, you can look down and you just can see, like, Live with Pride, and you just see so many Easter eggs in the artwork and stuff. This is such a great album, and yeah, opens up. It's got a nice gatefold to it, which, like I said, very water damaged, but still. I would like to, eventually, if I do find this at an antique place or something, a better copy of this, I would really like to get a much better copy. Up next, we got a Judas Priest album, Defenders of the Faith, another great classic heavy metal band. Very cool. Then we got Testament, The New Order. Pretty good. Then we got Motorhead, which unfortunately we lost, Lemmy as well as the guitar player. Rest in peace to both of them. And then we got Anthrax, the I'm the Man EP, which is pretty cool. Okay. Then we got two Bob Marley records, which I'll just show both at the same time. Bob Marley and the Wailers. Got Natty Dread. Then we got this one. Confrontation. Very nice. Alright, now this was one of the bands that my dad really enjoyed, and I enjoy as well. And when I saw this, I thought it'd be nice to, add this to the collection. And he's got a few of their records, but it's Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, A Stranger in Town, just a classic rock and roll band. This was one of the bands that my dad brought me up on. Great, great stuff. Then we got another classic right here. We have Dire Straits, which I believe my dad has a copy of, but it's in pretty bad condition. This one is in much better condition. I've always loved the simplicity of this artwork. Another great classic band. And then we got Kiss, Love Gun. Really enjoy Kiss's music. I'm not a big fan of anything that Gene Simmons says. I really don't pay much attention to him. I just pay attention to the music. And this is a classic Kiss album right here. And I got this at a antique store for about $4 or $4.50, which was, pretty good price. Then we got another band that my dad absolutely loved, and a band that I really enjoy as well, Molly Hatchet. I love the artwork on this album. And this one has my favorite in a Molly Hatchet song, Dreams I'll Never See, which has always been my favorite. Of course, I enjoy their other songs as well, but it's always been my favorite one. And then we got another one of my dad's favorites and one of my favorites, REO Speedwagon. This is Wheels Are Turning, another great classic rock and roll album right here. This one's got a lot of great songs. Can't Fight This Feeling, of course, is, the biggest song from this album, I'd say. And then Rock and Roll Star. And then we got some classic punk with The Clash. And then we got The Story of the Clash compilation, Volume 1. Nice double. I can't really open it because it's kind of stuck together, but there's some information on the inside of the, gatefold. Then we got Social Distortion, Prison Bound. Then we got another one of mine and my dad's favorite, ZZ Top. Great, I love how one opens up like this and you got images of all three of the band members. And I was able to see them in concert in 2009, I believe, which was an amazing show. It was one of the first concerts I went to, and yeah, they absolutely amazing. Love their music, amazing live performers as well. Got another one of my dad's favorites. We got the Oak Ridge Boys Have Arrived. I think he enjoyed them more than I do. I enjoy some of their music. I'm not huge into them, but yeah, great stuff. Then we got Kansas, Point of No Return, classic. Love that art. Love the artwork on this. Then we got a classic live album, Cheap Trick at Budokan. Got a lot of great live photos. And then the last ones are all Christmas albums. The first one is the Oak Ridge Boys Christmas. I do enjoy collecting some classic, Christmas albums because Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, and so these are. Then you got a Country Christmas, which is just a compilation of some classic, like Alabama, Raisley Bailey, Willie Nelson, Charlie Pride, and just a collection. I love the that image right there. I love images of classic Santa Clauses is what I really like, and so I really like the artwork for this. Then we got Christmas with the Chipmunks. Just a fun, kind of funny Christmas record. And then the last one, Bing Crosby, Merry Christmas, classic. Alright. Anyway guys, that is my entire vinyl collection. Like I said, I don't have the biggest collection, but my dad has a much bigger collection, and I will be doing videos showing off his collection as well, and it's going to take, multiple parts because he has a very large collection. And I know this video is kind of long, but I did want to talk a bit about some of the vinyls, and I know sometimes I keep talking and talking, but anyway guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about all the vinyls that I own. Let me know if you collect vinyls, and I really do need to plug in my dad's turntables and see if they work so I can actually finally listen to some vinyl. But anyway guys, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a really great weekend. See ya.